mind over matter. On days when I send drunk text messages to angels who has a strong obsession with shining their halos, and liquor, the outspoken therapist telling my emotions that they're too high to lay low, so I send a drunk text to God, and I'm telling him, this is the type of stuff that gets me feeling different. I tell God, I'm like, I actually meant hydrogen oxide when I texted HO, or ham omelet, or maybe it's his own, or heaven's open sea. This is the type of stuff that gets me feeling like I really exhibit the attributes of hell's orphan. See, someone told me when you're drunk, it's mind over matter. A drunk mind can disseminate information that matters like it doesn't mind. They won't matter, but mind you, I drunk texted God. And I told him about us. This is the type of stuff that gets me feeling like I'm the type to cuss. I could wipe blood stains off my shining armor, but I could never wipe off rust. From love to lust, we become creatures lost in loving the lust, but lust lost is not love lost. Love lost is a loan that your heart repays with tears, exhibited by a confidence that your mind sustains with beers and liquor. The outspoken therapist telling my emotions, you're too high to lay low, and so I drunk text God, telling him I meant hydrogen oxide when I texted HO. Or high octane, or heroic opulence. You see, it's in states like these that I am reminded that liquor is simply a jailed rapist sharing a cell with hormonal outbursts. So I pen these poems for those guys that are caught in a tongue twist over a girl like, if Peter picked a peck of pickled peppers, my pack of mature pearls prompting to propose love to you. Or those girls that are caught in a twist over a guy like, he is Mr. Right, but he's not Mr. Right now, so she's left with what seems like the right option of sending him left-handed text messages about how he's not the right guy right now. So he can make a sharp left until he gets his priorities right. Right? And so the guy goes home and he uses his last toothbrush and is debating whether to subscribe to the Chimwemwe special, because yeah, and he subscribes and he's hoping to talk to her for hours, only to go and find her line busy 4 hours straight. And so this is a girl who's caught in a twist like, if Mr. can tie a tie, why can't he tie the knot like Mrs. can tie his tie, combined with the fact that she tied her heart the same way that she tied her tubes. But tied tubes are simply a reminder that tied tubes don't mean she can't reproduce. Just like a tied heart doesn't mean she can't love. She's simply wondering if you're still playing around trying to play her, or you are ready to throw away the ball and quit monkeying around and grow a pair. And listen, the outspoken therapist reminding my emotions that you're too high to lay low, and so I drunk text God, telling him I meant hydrogen oxide when I texted HO. Or, never mind. See, I was her mental slave. Her linguistic meant something to me. Mental sexuality was a form of jurisdiction. It was an eruption of the most intricate case files that she had ever written. When I counted her answers, she would pull the sheets up to her neck like, I don't think this is the time. You see, we talked like two samurais holding blades at each other's throats. Each and every time my lips pressed against hers, that was simply an excuse to suck out every syllable that had ever danced on her tongue. Every time my body was pressed on top of hers, she would dig holes into that mattress with her wings. Each and every time she sent shooting stars into my mouth from the galaxies of her throat. She made goosebumps form on my bones. And she put my blood cells on a roller coaster ride. I could hear my blood cells whisper to each other like we've never moved this fast. It's like our presence was a rock code and my mood is glass. She was too much more for swag and too cool for class, but gas was something she wasn't too cool to pass. Move her words the same way she moved her questions about One time I pressed my ear hard against her chest and heard no heartbeat, just Bible pages flipping. She held Victoria Falls that sprung from the living stones that composed of her spine, and she had a pretty thick behind, but it wasn't prettier or thicker than those wings, and those wings were not bigger than her brain. Not bigger than her dreams. See, she was my ghetto dream. A temporal moment of sanity. The only potential eternal satisfaction squeezed out of a tube of vanity. She was a first-class experience for the first time to a first-world mindset from a two-faced third-world mind. See, to me, I thought she mattered. But it turns out she didn't really matter because she wasn't mine. And so what matters is my mind. Where's my mind at? My mind is telling me to forget about her, but it's hard to forget about someone that I still consider matters. And so it's like an explosion went off and my body is all scattered, my metaphoric body in tatters, but all the solids, liquids, and gases that my body is comprised of remind me that she still matters. Thank you.